Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this final. We got Mosquitos taking on Tartu Turbulence as we're starting this game off. Mosquitos in the red, Tartu in the white. Tartu starting on offense with Terra. It's going to be an interesting player to keep your eye on for this game. Very, very dominant female matching player. It's going to be a difficult matchup for this Mosquitos team to keep up with. So you go to the far side, number 12. Yesterday I referred to him as the cramp man, as he was helping a lot of pelt players, getting rid of some calf cramps. Terra to the break side. Need cannot get there. She was open, slightly overthrown. And now Mosquitos with an early break opportunity. Got a vertical stack. We got Dunchern picking up the disc. Fake the big backhand. Now goes for it. There's two players underneath it. It's Meister and Terra. But Terra wins that first matchup. As I said, Helen Terra. Very good player from this Tartu Turbulence team from Estonia. So we see a horizontal stack. We see the Mosquitos trying to go for a bit of a straight mark with poaching in the lane. There we see the poach from Dunchern getting horizontal, getting that poach block. Now calling a foul. Definitely some contact. Accepted foul. So this will go back to 0. Mosquitoes got a lot of players. And we are back in action. We have some slight problems with the connection, but we are back as we just had our first break from the Mosquitos D-line. Both these teams are, you could say, pretty safe in terms of their chances of making it to the EUCS. Mosquito sitting in 6th in the overall ranking, Tartu Turbulence just behind them in 7th. So very close matchup between these two teams. So you see the Mosquitos D-line back out there. Looks like a similar L-line for the Estonians. See an OB pool. Fortunately for the Mosquitoes, starting on the break mark. It's Terra, gets underneath. Looks for the upline, gets it. Now goes deep. 2 receivers underneath there, also 2 defenders. I'm not sure who got a piece of that. I think maybe all of them got a piece of it. Both Haidas and the Cramp Man as well. So Mosquitos, again, with another opportunity. They go right into the middle to Haida. swings it to Meister. She will rip it. Only this one slightly too short for Noah Haider. As Tartu will try to get on the board with a dirty hold. To go forward on that far side. So a lot of poaching in the lane, a little bit from the Mosquitos. Now they tighten up a little bit, tighten the screws on that D-line. Tara gets that under to the break side. To Lil Org. He'll blade it to the end zone. Tom is there. Hyder defensively, but Tom, as he's done so many times, goes up big. And if you're Tartu, I think both teams will be happy with this possession. Tartu will just be happy to get on the board and get their big man going. Can use this energy of this big highlight play to get some momentum into their D-line. But if you're Mosquitos, you're also happy with it. You got your shot to make another break. But you made the Tartu O-line work for it early on. And managed to get a lot of pressure. So as I said, both these teams in the top 8 of the rankings so far. So if you go to the ranking app made by the Ultimate Federation, go to ranking.ultimatefederation.eu. You can see all the games, all the rankings in all divisions. You can look at all the teams, all the rosters. You can see pretty much everything. Most notably is the, as we see, an offside call called by the Mosquitos O-line. So they'll get a free brick, which is really a wasted opportunity for the Tartu defense, which is a pretty good pull. Angeta picks it up. Left-handed handler for this Mosquito side to Deutsch Bayer. Find Jojo underneath. Deutsch Bayer to Hübel. On this far side, on this near side. Working it with the handler so far. Deutsch Bayer to Hübel again. Big gainer. Bit pick is called. Question whether it affected that throw or whether she can perhaps catch up a bit. Retracted pick call. Thank you both teams for clear hand signals. Hübel checks it back in. Goes to Angeta. There's 2 Angetas on his team. 2 left-handed handlers, so to make it even more confusing. And they're also wearing similar jersey numbers as Deutschbach goes for the hammer. Hübel there in the end zone. Interesting way to end this possession, which has been clearly a very solid possession, and then not the option that we're I think they're looking for. Contested play, but good catch in the end zone there. So these 2 teams very close to each other, both in ranking points. They've not played each other yet this season. The expected score from the algorithm at this point is 15.14.3. So a slight edge from Mosquitos, which pretty much means that just whoever wins this game is gonna gain in the rankings, and obviously the winner of this game is gonna get a wild card bid to the EUCS. So lots to play for here. As the Mosquitos D-line is back out on the field. Tartu going for their horizontal stack. Got Lember anchoring this offensive line with Pello. They're poachy in the lane for a little bit, making the Tartu offense just swing around the backfield with their handlers. Now they get downfield with Terra. Who else but Terra gets that under? Now back to Tom. Pick call downfield. I think Hammond was not going to get that disc, which he seemed to agree on. So Tom will get that disc. He'll just catch up. To Turbulence. Late bit here from Dunshire. Recovers quickly. Terra open underneath, but receiver throw can't get there. And that's Katki with a nice block. Throws it to Meister. That's Mia Meister. There's 2 Meisters on this team. 2 sisters, and there's 2 Angetes on this team. The 2 brothers on the O-line. So we see a foul call on the mark. And the everlasting discussion between the thrower and the marker. You touched me, yes, but I was holding my ground. I was stationary. You got all the hand signals and the impressions. And it's a retracted foul call, which is a result that you usually do not see. Usually the marker is always the disadvantaged position in that scenario. Katki goes to Mia. Little pop to Dunshire. We'll go for the bladey shot to the end zone. Deep came for Mosquitos. Not been very effective so far. That's the second one that hasn't been connected. But it's the defense so far from this Austrian side that has been the most impressive. And Tartu really seemed to struggle with that part. Tom goes deep. You have to respect that, but they put it back in the locker. Terra on this sideline. Finds the late option in Tom. You see almost 5 handlers behind the disc, isolating lead and Terra, which is an interesting setup. But definitely 2 of the better female matching players in the division, so makes sense that they want to give them a lot of space as Tom goes deep. And that seemed to be a working connection, not just this weekend, but this whole season. Terra and Tom connecting once again. A little pop, and Terra just puts it out in space. They've done that before. So we're tied at 2. With the Mosquitos already taking a break in the first point. So having a slight edge over the Estonian so far. Mosquitos a young team from close to Norberg, close to Austria. Close to Vienna in Austria, I'm sorry, in Austria. I've had the privilege to be a small part of that team for time this year. Spending some time living in Vienna and was welcomely received here by the team in red. So I got to know the players a bit and know their journey throughout this season. As there's a slight miscue, I think, between Roy as they turn it over for the first time this game, the Mosquitos O-line. Little picks up, goes around. Stall is 9, goes over the top. Back to Lillard. He'll go deep to the end zone. He's got a receiver there. Heide is also there defensively. And Roy. There is some contact. I think there will be a call. It was Lauri Lauritz going up for that disc. Either trying to make a play. We'll have another look at the replay. Good positioning from Laugitz initially. There is some... I'm not sure if the foul call is upheld. Maybe a strip call, which I think they seem to have agreed on because Tartu takes that break back. So familiar with both these teams? Maybe I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Benjamin Ort. We'll be commentating this game. Very excited to bring the action to you from Warsaw, Poland. Played my fair bit of mixed ultimate myself, co-founding and being part of the HUD program for a long time. And having played the Mosquitos myself at the EUCS in 2022, which was the first time that they were attending that tournament. Tartu, I'm not sure I have played. I don't think so, but a very strong side coming from Estonia. And really made a good impression last year at the ECF, earning them a bit to the elite invite earlier this year. As we see the Mosquitos O-line back on the field. Angete to Angete. I'll just go for the front end now. Konsti hucks it deep. He's got his favorite target, Yo-Yo Roy, trying to catch up to that disc, but that was just overshot. And that's the third hawk for the Mosquitos that has not been working. They're 1 for 3 for hawk options. I know that they do not have an active coaching staff or non-playing coaching staff active in this tournament. So I'll be interested to see if they can make the adjustment to just maybe dial down those deep shots and start working those unders a bit more. As Little Orc, I'm not sure if he's come off the field yet. He'll pick up this disc and try to quarterback this offense to another break for the Estonians. Goes to the far side. Andre to Tara. Back to Tara. To Andre. Up the line to Tara. She continues to Little Orc. And he'll take that shot. That's nicely placed. And that's a wonderful break. Finding Daniel Tata in the end zone. And that's a clinical way to punch in this break. Just going up the line and up the line. Not bothering going for that break side. And that's the second break in a row. Again, Little Orc already putting his fingerprints on this game early. 3 assists out of the 4 for this Tartu squad. As we see, I believe that Polly is Mosquitos taking a timeout, trying to regroup. It'd be interesting to see what kind of line they'll come out of. I'm guessing they'll send out another O-line like they have, similar to the ones they've had put out this game. So both these teams, obviously, they're trying to win this game, getting that wild card bid. But maybe more importantly, and this is maybe going to sound a bit interesting, is their main focus should be to not lose by a lot. Which is going to sound weird. Obviously, you never want to lose by a lot, but that's actually the only scenario where both these teams might still get into some issues. Meaning that I believe that both the teams, they do not really need that wild card if they perform to their level. So their ranking point should be enough for them to carry them for a ticket to the ECF, only if they perform not exceptionally bad in this game. So both teams, lots to play for. So far, Tartu with a slight edge in the beginning, but still a long way to go. So we see a lot of familiar faces from this Tartu team. Only bringing, I think, about 16 or 17 players to this tournament, so definitely having a slight disadvantage there over the much bigger roster from the Mosquitos. So we see Crazy to Consti to start this offense. They take another deep shot. Two receivers under there. Also, Tara's there. Nice grab by Hubel. She's looking to dump it to Haida, and he will try to finish it. Another risky shot into the end zone. He puts his shirt over his face, realizing the risk that he took with that shot. So, clean hold for Mosquitos, but I don't think the amount of cleanliness that they might be looking for. The hug that was heavily contested. Nice grab there from Hubel, going up early against Terra, and then managing to squeeze it through to Lea Simon in the end zone there. So we see Alexander Spalhut, or also known as Spali. Just wanted to give a quick shout out to him. Travel with the team, even though he has some ACL issues. Injured his knee earlier this year, and is going to be missing out on playing with the Austrian Open team in Australia, which is, of course, a big bummer. But even more respect for him to come out and, as you can see, helping the team, carrying the waters and supporting wherever he can. So always nice to have teammates like that. Tartu back on offense. As Mosquitos, again, they're opting for this straight-ish, force middle-ish kind of defense. Trying to offset these deep hugs from Tartu as Tara gets another, goes to Tom. She continues to cut. Of course, Tom is going to put it. That's nicely placed, just shy of the end zone. She looking to lead. Gets the dump to Tom, and he continues to score to Lambert. Tom adding another stat to his already impressive stat line so far. Just sneaking that catch in before Dunshin could make a play. Dunshin left the assignment and got punished by Tom at the end. So we see another injured player from Tartu, also with some leg issues, but it's also good to see her out there, supplying her team with some hydration and food, maybe. Always good to have those teams, even when you travel. So we see Tara again out there on defense. I'm not sure if she's taking a point off or if she will this game. That's a big impact. Consti feels the pull to Crazy. Fakes the backhand to Avoy. Goes underneath to Solomon instead. He'll take an under. Looking for the up line. Consti. Little travel call. This goes back into play. Goes with it around. Solomon. To Goldenstein. That disc is slightly undercooked. And Laugitz is happy to take advantage of it. As he takes a big shot deep. Not sure who's underneath it. It's Tara, as this disc is slightly overthrown. So Mosquito's getting away with one there. So we see flashing players in a vertical stack with Salomon as the last person. I wouldn't be surprised if he's initiating. So he takes off deep. So we see some sort of zipper-ish kind of play. People scattering all over the field. And Basia comes underneath. Bolenstein to Konsti, back to Bolenstein. To Roy. She continues to Salomon. He'll take the deep shot. Let's see if it works this time. Konsti underneath it. He boxes it out. As he starts to, I guess, eat out of the plate. Another deep shot by Mosquitos. Not uncontested, but nicely positioned from Konsti Angata. The Mosquitos are now 1 for 4 on their deep shots. Tartu also throwing a deep shot away just now. Both teams trying to make advantage of that strategic decision, but defensive pressure has been good all game. Let's see what Tartu can do to, as we see a nice pull to the back of the end zone, Tartu can do to create more upfield motion. So they've been stifled a bit with that poachy, straight-up marking defense by the Austrians. I like what I'm seeing with only opting to go for 2 handlers now, as we see Tom with a rare drop, slightly behind him, but you would expect a player of his caliber to make that play. It's now Mosquitos with a short field to work with, opting to go for 3 handlers in the back. Bit unusual to see that in the handler or in the red zone offense. As we see that swing is very difficult to throw, as Meister goes for the throw to Dunscherm, but Tom gets in the way. It's now Tartu with another chance of a dirty hold. Pello. Nice inside flicked. Quick pressure by Dunscherm, but Tom with a solid grab as he goes deep. Terra underneath it, and of course, she's going to get that disc. As Meister, in frustration, throws her head. A bit of a miscommunication with Dunscherm in that red zone offense. It was a crucial opportunity to take that break. And Tom to Terra again. Nice little box out. Takes a couple steps towards Meister. And just as the disc goes over her head, takes those steps back and gets the disc. So Tartu leading 6-4 in this final of the UF Summer Tour events. It's the last weekend of the regular season of the EUCS. So the last weekend where teams can still score ranking points and earn wildcards. One of them on the line in this game in particular. As we see, I could see what happened there. Puller trying to pull, and number 18, Laura Lepik, not realizing that the puller wanted to throw exactly where she was running. And I'm not sure what the rule is on this, but I don't think there is really a rule for this. But again, this time the pull does work and doesn't hit someone's back of the head. Konsti feeling this pull, goes around, slightly overthrown to Salomon. He had a hand on it, but couldn't hold on. And another short field opportunity for Tartu. As Lilleorg very slowly and until the last 2 steps walks through that disc Picks up. Goes to Andre. Back to Lilorg. He goes with the hammer. No one's there except Consti. So that's another wasted opportunity for Tartu there. As Mosquitos will try to really steady the ship now. Initial cut from Haida. Gets the underneath. Continues to Solomon. He had a lovely hook earlier on, except goes for the inside shot. Crazy. Fakes a couple backhands. Goes to Bodenstein. Through to Solomon. Now to find some movement. He goes with the around shot. That's another contested one. Nice defensive play from Lepik. Enough to pressure Hubel to go up for the disc a bit too early. And again, that's I think like the fourth or the fifth huck or throw into the end zone that is highly contested from this Mosquito side. As we see Tartu taking a timeout. We will take a quick timeout too, have a quick word from our sponsors, and we'll be back when the action resumes. Welcome back to the action. In this mixed division final here in the summer tour in Warsaw between Mosquitos from Klosterneuburg, Austria, and Tartu Turbulence from Tartu, Estonia. It's been a action-packed game so far. Both teams playing mostly great defense. I think both offenses need to clean up some things. Tartu so far with a slight advantage, leading 6-4. Just got another block against the Mosquitoes O-line and having another chance at a break. As Lilorg picks up for this Estonian side. Already has 3 assists to his name so far. So he's thinking about it. He'll shoot it. Couple players underneath it. Nice one-handed snag. Continues to play. Laugitz. Back to Lilorg. So he's looking to the end zone. You can see it. Goes for the reset to Laugitz instead. Reset, hammer. Bit unusual. Late bid at the back. And they continue to Andre for the score. As we see a too small celebration from Lilorg. Not sure about that. I'm not sure who would be too small. But you seem to be happy about whatever it was. Maybe it was about display. Yeah, that's... I'm not sure about that, but all right. They got the break and are now leading 7-4 with a big chance to take half here. I believe that was just now the first point that Helen Terra was not on the field. It's been probably the top player from this Estonian side, linking up with Jakob Tam often. And with the small roster that they have, they seem to play pretty much every point. But even they need a rest. But now they're loaded up and ready to go again. With lead as well, the Cramp Man, aka Little Orc, also out there. Farblas as well. Lepik. Strong looking D-line here for Tartu. Trying to take an advantage early. So we see another offside call by the sideline. It's not being upheld by the Mosquitos O-line as Dunshirn crosses over. So this is a bit like a combination with their own D-line, also with Bauer in that lineup. So they go to Hamel, to Hübel. She looks to reset, fumbles, or lead by Little Orc, but then hold on by Crazy. So he continues to Dunshirn. He'll go with the blade to the back of the end zone, and that's Hamel beating Tom to the spot. Clean hold by the Austrians, but not uncontested. Couple of tricky moments, but they'll be happy to punch this one in and get the D-line back out there. And we are back in action. Tartu on offense. Going with the horizontal stack. Tom and Terra in the middle of that stack. Trying to initiate. So again, we see this spongy kind of defensive look around the handlers, but I would like to see Tartu get rid of one of those handlers to make it a bit more easy to get those forward passes going. So I know they like their horizontal kind of play, but maybe I would transition into a split stack action or something else that you can have two handlers in the back instead of three. So they're happy to swing it. Also, this is fine, no real risks. Lead, getting it underneath. Stockholm getting a bit higher. Tara is there. She fakes a deep shot. Gets the under to Tom. Will he shoot it? You know he's thinking about it. He'll take the easy reset to Tara. She'll go around. Nice find. That's under pressure. Nicely taken though by Lind. Under pressure from Lady Meister. Again, a higher stall. That's good pressure from the Mosquitos, but even better catch there from Leeds. They're looking for the reset. It goes for the hammer. Tom is there. He flips it to Tater. Initiating from the front. Goes to Tara instead. She'll lead to that far side. Tom, under pressure from Dunshirn. Pick is called. This is great defense from this Mosquitos team. Seems like the disc will be coming in at stall 5. Tartu working hard to take half. That's Tom. Looks to the end zone, goes for the up line. 2 players there, but they are communicating about it. I feel like both were open. Both Lambert and Tara, as you can see, they're both open, but they're just running into each other. Mosquitos with a golden opportunity to take a break back. Kratky picks up, goes to Meister, to the middle. Little bump on the mark, it continues. Nice catch from Daria. Swings back to Meister, to Dunchen. He is asking for players to come back underneath. Dumps it to Meister. Kratky. He'll shoot it. Dunchen is there. Tom as well, and that's not the kind of height matchup that we were expecting Dunchen to come up with. Kratky wishes he probably didn't throw that one, as Tom immediately calls the timeout. We'll take a quick little break, and we'll be back when the action resumes. We are back in action as the Mosquitos are trying to find their way back into this game. No coaching staff present in this tournament for this team. And the 3 Jacobs and Yo-Yo are in charge of leading this team. So that's the 2 youngsters, Jakob Kratky and Yo-Yo Roy. Really the future of this Mosquitos program, and 2 exceptional players. Jakob Salomon is a long-lasting member of this team, good veteran that has a lot of experience, and Jakob Dunchen that I've actually played with for a couple of years in Amsterdam when he moved, and played with us for the Worlds campaign that we had with Gut. So gotten to know many of these players personally. And as I said, I've been part of their training program for a couple of months this year. So it's good to see the journey of this young team developing. And in 2022, it was the first time making it to the EUCF by accident, I believe. I think they didn't even qualify in the regionals at the time. But because of some dropouts, they were able to get a spot and managed to clinch in the 8th spot at the EUCF. As we see a deep shot going up, Lindsay gets one back at Tom. He's moving it forward already. Gets it back, moves to Lady. Pick is called in the stack. Meister with the disc, matching up with Tara. That's a lovely matchup to see 2 athletic players matching up against each other. Kratky finds Lady in the middle, goes back to Kratky. He's looking around. Nice catch there. Goes back to Lady. Slightly dominating with the handlers right now. It's now they're starting to involve the cutters. Heide gets involved. Tartu making the Mosquitos work hard. Continues to break side. Nice take. What a catch that was. Daria Schuiger. And that's exactly what this Mosquitos team needed. As you can see, little break side momentum. Goes deep to the end zone. So Mosquitos team made it to the EUCS for the first time in 2022 with a strong 8th place finish, but couldn't continue that trend the next year, losing in their region in 2023, so not making the EUCF that year. But this year they're back. They picked up a couple of key pieces mid-season as well, including Vali Deutschbayer, who is on the field right now. Played the beginning of the season with the Big Easy. But also wanted to shout out some of their international pickups, I shouldn't say, but additions. Hanna Brumek, I think from Slovenia, and not really international, but Melanie Bodenstein coming from Graz to add to the talent of this team. As Tom gets this blading flick, he's looking for Tara probably. I can't see her in the frame, but I can almost know with certainty that he's looking for that throw. Teda, very reliable reset handler for this team. Finds a shot to Tom. He fakes a big throw. Gets another one to Teda. Just playing some catch at this point. Finds it to Andre. Good bid from Andy. Not enough though. As Ledor comes in, he'll shoot it. But Hummel is right there, in between Tom and the and the thrower. Now it's Bauer to Deutschbayer. He'll call the timeout as they'll try to regroup and make sure to secure this break. They are fired up. So Mosquitos definitely coming back strong this year. As I said before, they're looking in pretty good shape to make it to the ECF. And every point they make in this game, it's going to be more and more secure. But I think at this point, it's safe to say that they have secured their spot at the ECF. So after being away in 2023, they will be back 2024, and you can see they're definitely in the mix as a challenger to maybe some of the top 3 teams. I think in the mixed division, the TC Tauchers, team from Munich, definitely on top of this division for this season. And there's a couple teams like Deep Space and Seskidiscus that are, I feel like, in a slightly lower tier. And then there's a bunch of teams like Mosquitos, like Tartu, like Disconnection, like Pelt, maybe even Reading, Lemmings. There's a lot of teams that can challenge those top teams. So the ECF will be very interesting to follow along as we see the Mosquitos D-line, Deutschbayer and Kesi in the backfield. They have Hamann, Marcus, or also known as Wolfie, isolated in the middle with Tom. That's a fun matchup to see between 2 big boys, strong in the air, strong throwers. As we see a bit of a dominator set to start this possession. Stefan Kesi from right. He's directing traffic with his offhand. He goes around to Hammer. That's a nice throw. Sits it right in front. And that's a break to tie it up at 7. So that's 3 in a row for a team from Klosterneuburg. A smaller town close to Vienna. These players have been playing many youth programs and cycles with each other. It's still a big portion of them were in the U24 program last year. A big part of them are playing in the open and mixed teams that go to Australia later. Actually, I think they're all flying out next week. So good representation in the Austrian national teams from this relatively small club from Klosterneuburg that actually since this year have their own field, which I think is very exciting and very unique for any frisbee team out there. So they have their own Gelsen Arena with their own clubhouse and watch parties for soccer and grill nights. Very nice community to be a part of, as they're trying to take half in this Galaxy Point. Lady shot around, not sure what the intended target was there, but Haida picks it up, flips it to Hubel, back to the other Haida, that's Eli. To the middle, to Noah, to Leni, Kratki. Again, opting for the 3 handlers in the back as Leni finds Hubel in the end zone for a crucial hole, or for a crucial break here to take half. And just like that, Tartu so close to getting a break for half themselves. Now, Mosquitos scored 3 in a row, or 4 in a row, I think that is, to take half themselves. Both teams will try to regroup. We'll take a little break and we'll be back with the second half briefly. And we are back in the action here from Warsaw, Poland, with the second half of the final in the mixed division here. Mosquitos taking on Tartu Turbulence. It's been a bit of a interesting game so far. Game of runs a little bit. The most recent one was the 4-point streak from the Mosquitos to take half, 8-7. My name is Benjamin Ort. I'll be commentating for you today. If you have any questions or wanted to shout out a couple people or have some feedback or just wanted to let me know that you're watching the stream, hit me up on Instagram. That's at Benjamin Ort, Benjamin OORT. You can send me a direct message and I'll try to get back to as we see another offside call. Not sure if the Tartu players are fully happy with that, but Consi happy to take the brick to start this offensive possession. He'll take a pick underneath to Salomon. He continues to Hubel, marked up by Tera at this point. She squeezes it to Roy. She moves it back to Crazy. You go for the round, but that's an errant throw. Nicely defended here. Lilleorg. Another no look. Finds Lauritz. Back to Lilleorg. He fakes the blade. You have to respect it. He's shown it many times that he has it in his locker. So we see a little bit blown up coverage here. Now they find their matchups again. Go back deep to Lilleorg. What a take over the top. Bordenstein right there had the position. But Lilleorg making a statement early in this second half. Lauritz wanted it. Didn't even look at some of the other players around it. Had full tunnel vision on Lilleorg. So I feel like that's been the story of this game so far. It's been very good defense by both teams. And actually most of the shots to the end zone have been very risky, whether they've worked or not. We saw it in the first half of Mosquitos going 0 for 3 with their hug options. And they've had some pretty exceptional plays after that to still lock in those holds, as we see a similar trend for this Tartu Turbulence team. So we are looking at a very tight matchup between these two teams. Lots of action to follow this weekend. 6 different kind of summer tours happening, all organized by the EUF, streaming on 5 of 6 of those locations. Many games to your disposal during this weekend. Commentators from all over Europe. And I'm delighted to bring the final for this Warsaw Mixed Division to you. Konsi to Crazy to start this offensive possession. Like so many offensive possession start for this Mosquitoes team, as he tries to go inside to Roy. But there was a poach there. As Tera was to lead. Try to cash in this break. Lauritz with another hammer. He's feeling himself. Another iffy one, but another big receiver there. Tom is right there. Seems to be some sort of discussion. Oh, there. I was wondering if it was a call or just some talk after. Seemed to be a call. But I feel like it's been retracted by Haida. Maybe just mentioning maybe the level of mentality between the two players. Maybe not enough to call a foul, but maybe Haida saying he would have liked it to be a bit different the next time. Let's have another look. Again, Lauritz with that hammer. Yeah, both fighting for position. There's definitely some shoulder bumping there. I'm not sure. I feel like it was a contested play, but fair play, especially in this heated game, but a competitive game so far. So we see some hat tapping here from Tartu, celebrating the big plays that they've made. They're definitely big plays. I'm not sure if they're very sustainable. So again, it's a trend that we see in this game that does not seem to stop. The risky shots to the end zone.
10 minutes.
As we hear the scorekeeper / volunteer announcing 10 minutes left in this game, which is not a lot. I wish this game was going to be a bit more lengthier because it's such an exciting one so far. Big plays and two great teams fighting for one of the wild cards to go to the EUCF. And not just the wild card, also just the motivation and the confidence to get from being one of your rival teams and yeah, showing to your own team that you can close in a tournament, which is such a good skill but very difficult skill to have, performing under the pressure of this final. So we'll see Mosquitos all line, slightly different. Hamel and Deutschbayer and Dunshin crossing over. As Hamel gets the disc, pops it right back to Deutschbayer, pops it right back to Hamel, to Deutschbayer. Quick give and go movements to Hübel. She's looking reset, trying to find someone. Finds Crazy. He goes to Bodenstein. Back to Crazy. Deutschbayer going hammer. Again, it works out. It's a nice throw. Duncher there to collect it. It's the second hammer from Deutschbayer that has been contested. This one much further though, half-field hammer to the end zone. Nice shot. Little Orc trying to close in. Not close enough though. As we see, I believe, another timeout call. Again, this Tartu Turbulence team showing up with a smaller roster to this tournament. So at this point, probably the legs feeling pretty tired, as you can imagine. They had a wonderful game yesterday against Pelt. That was, if you haven't watched that back yet, I would definitely recommend going down to the wire. And yeah, plenty of action in that one, same as in this one. Meanwhile, at this tournament, we have Skydisk from Varsha, the local team, leading 10-7 to Pelt for the bronze medal match. So that will be very important because Skydisk is right on the edge of the cutoff. So it's sitting in 16th, Pelt sitting in 10th. So lots of important ranking points there still to be played for. As I mentioned before, tomorrow, the most important thing to watch, besides all the live streams from this weekend, is the last episode from the regular season from In and Out, hosted by Ravi Vasudevan. And he will be revealing the final ranking and the answer to the ultimate question, who is in and who is out, who is going to the ECF and who is not. And every point that is played here matters in the algorithm, as we see a lovely pool. Oh, but a little taste of their own medicine. Tartu calling the offside this time on Mosquitos. I think it was Eli Haider showing a sign of apology to his team. Maybe he knew that he was slightly over the line, which wastes this beautiful opportunity to start in the back of the end zone. As I like what I'm seeing from Tartu this time with their handlers. I said it before, you can do it with two handlers, but this time they're opting to initiate with one open side handler, moving it back 45 degrees, so there's more space on that open side. That was a jump after a catch, in my opinion. He fakes the hammer. Little Orc trying to juke free, managed to get so on the doorstep. Little pop to Terra. Easy hold here for Tartu. So we see the hammer fake, juking free, and then Terra in front of the end zone is probably a nightmare to defend that one. So definitely tomorrow, mark it in your calendars. I think 8 p.m. Central European time. The last episode of In and Out. These two teams are probably good for the ranking, but as I said, Skydisk, Warsaw, and Nepal playing the field next to here, definitely still playing for a lot of important ranking points, as are many other teams in all divisions. Some very interesting stuff, and upsetting results happening on the other locations as well, as we have Mosquitos back in offense to get their brothers, centering the disc. Nice round shot to Duroy. She looks deep. She has Hubel as a target. What a shot. Just walks it in. It's been the first or second, maybe, huck that we've seen that is just not really contested. That's the kind of offense that both these teams are maybe striving for. Nice confident throw. Steps into it over the head of Terra. And Hubel just runs it down. That's the third goal for Hubel. Ahmed also has 3, and Dunsi leading the stat sheet for this Mosquitos team with 3 assists and 1 goal. On the other hand, the big 3 for this team, Terra, Tam, and Little Orc, doing most of the damage for this Estonian side. Schuiga with the pull. It's a nice one. Lands in bounds. Little Orc. Scuba fake to Tom. He was open, but again, it's that straight up mark with the poaches. It's making these passes to the cutters very difficult. Lead. Tight mark by Trofowski. Matrowski, sorry, I should say. Little Orc. Fake knee hammer again. Goes for the offhand backhand. Collecting another assist. 6th one so far this game, as they tied up at 10. As Tartu will take their final timeout of this game, trying to regroup, catch their breath a bit. We'll have a quick word from our sponsors and we'll be back when the play resumes. Stay tuned. And we are back in this exciting final from the mixed division here in Russia, summer tour, last weekend of the regular season. Tartu Turbulence taking on Mosquitos. Have to shout out the non-playing coaches for Mosquitos that are both not available, Nushi and CK, both watching probably a bit anxiously, but probably very excited as well to see their team perform this well at this tournament. As Konsti takes a big shot. It's not his first shot of this game. There's a couple players that are needed. Terra and Bodenstein. It's Terra with the two-handed block. That's not a matchup that you want to try to test. As we see the sheer speed of Terra just outrunning the two Mosquitos receivers. So yeah, definitely a lot of players and people looking at this stream with lots of exciting things to see. If you have any questions, any shout outs, feel free to hit me up on Instagram at Benjamin Ort. Happy to answer any of the questions you have. So we see Tartu with a big opportunity to take a demanding 12-10 lead in this game. Tom comes underneath. Hyder is taking that matchup. As he said all game. Tom goes deep. He's got Liloruk. Konsti in the back. That's good positioning. There's a lot of contact. Liloruk seemed to signal right away that that's a turnover. There's definitely contact, but I feel like Konsti was definitely in a good position early, so making up for his mistake earlier at this point. Or is he? As there seems to be some sort of call. I'm not sure what that call could potentially be. Perhaps something on the mark. Looked pretty clean to me, but the players seem to be figuring it out as we speak. As I believe there was some sort of violation call. Seemed to be resolved, so this gets back in Mosquito's hands. In a it almost feels like a must score here because Tartu has been great at converting these break opportunities that they've had. Deutschbayer in the back of his end zone. Nice crazy. Goes for a little Oyo to his brother. Tackled the disc while catching it. Nice catch under pressure. Gets a fresh one from the sideline. Tom checks it back in. Violation call as Bodenstein got it suspiciously open immediately after that check. Perhaps taking a step a bit too soon. Tom checking it in again. Goes to the middle to Deutschbayer. Yeah, with a big gainer. Love to see that. Looking inside. As we see and we hear, unfortunately, a loud scream of pain. That is, I believe that's Bodenstein, Melanie Bodenstein. She's grabbing her upper leg close to her knee. So we see a replay of that. Maybe if you don't want to watch this. It looked. She immediately grabs for her knee. It looks like she's in a lot of pain. I believe she may have twisted a bit her knee in some way. So we see the medical staff coming in. Maybe let's take a quick break as the players try to resolve this solution, and we'll be back in a minute.
Yes, he will. The lovely did.
Ladies and gentlemen, back. Welcome back to the action. So we just seen Melanie Bodenstein getting carried off the field by the medical and Jakob Salomon, the captain for this Mosquitos team. Let's have all of our wishes and prayers up that this injury is not too bad and that she is able to recover quickly and healthy. As we're back in the action, Tartu going the other way. That's Little Orc with a nice up the line cut to punch in that crucial break to make it 12-10. As we come to the final stages of this exciting game so far. Tartu Turbulence taking the lead 12-10. Maybe teams taking a quick timeout. Maybe Mosquitos have. I know from experience that it looked like a quite severe injury there for Bodenstein. And I know what that can do to a team, both if you're on the team as well as if you're in the opposing team. An injury like that can really change the feeling about a game like that. You're super competitive and high level, and both teams desperately want to win. And this game, from as far as I can see, seemed to be a very intense game. And an injury like that can sometimes put some perspective on that, and maybe put the tempers a bit down even more. And maybe some of the Mosquitos players maybe a bit worried or distracted by this happening, but I think it is a good idea to still try to compete hard in this game. That's probably what Bodenstein herself would have done as well, trying to turn that negative happening into a positive mindset. So let's see how Mosquitos can respond to this break that Tartu just got. So you see the Mosquitos O-line back out there. Katki now taking that quarterback position on this O-line, usually a D-line player. Same goes for Dunshin. They both have crossed over. It's underneath to Hubel. She's trying to find Bauer, slightly overthrown. Kati trying to get there. It's too far out in front. As it's the same phases for this Tartu D-line back out there. Liloric, Tom, and Terra, of course. Lead as well in there. As they go deep right away, Tom is up there. Heido with a good pressure. Can't get there. Now it's Roy and Terra in the end zone. But Little Orc with a jumping cut as Tartu take a commanding lead. $13 to 10. If my information is correct, this is actually the final point. I didn't hear any scorekeeper mentioning the time, but I think that Tartu just took the game and they already have a that's a quick prize ceremony. Only like I would say 10 seconds after the game has ended, they already have their trophy in hand, a gold disc. Probably sponsored by Eurodisc. Little plug. But yes, that's the way that this game turned out. Tartu with a last moment push, coming from 10-10, making it 13-10, taking down Mosquitos. this will be huge for both their ranking points for both teams, I feel like. Probably Tartu will jump up a bit, and Mosquitos will jump down ever so slightly. But still, both teams showed great mixed ultimate, great spirit as well. Let's really hope that Melanie Bodenstein is going to recover soon. Um, all of our thoughts go out to her. And congrats to Tartu Turbulence, team from Estonia, to taking this edition of the summer tour in Warsaw and taking home a wild card. Congratulations to them for qualifying for the EUCF. Also, congratulations to Mosquitos for probably still qualifying. We still have to be sure. Make sure to tune in tomorrow at 8 p.m. to Ravi Vasudev and the last episode of In and Out to find out everything about who qualified for the EUCF. Thanks so much for tuning in. I've been Benjamin Ort, and until the next time.